Welcome back, YouTube. What we've got here is we picked up a Glock 29 SF. Now, I've been running with my full-size Glock 20, and I really like that a lot. And I was considering putting this on my carry permit, but it's kind of too big. The way I've got it, it's a nice, great range gun. It's good for going outdoors, but if I want to start carrying it, that's going to be very unwieldy. So Glock 29 SF, it's 10 millimeter. A little bro, I guess. And it's, I can already see it's going to be promising. A good gun to conceal carry. Really quick, we'll go. These are cleared weapons. They're all cleared. So all you safety styles out there, don't worry about it. It's all good to go. So what we've got here is, I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm going to be doing to it. Hopefully this video will kind of show you the transformation of it. A couple of things I'm going to be doing is, like I've done with this one, is the lettering. Just going to get that to pop out a little bit more. Just to show you how much of a difference that makes. I've already done it with the magazines. So here's the stock, here's some extra magazines that I got, and it's got that lettering on it. Now what I'm going to do differently is that I'm going to use this particular nail polish. I've gone with the white on this one. This is the same one that I've used with my rifle. Try to match an FDE color. It looks a little light, but when it dries, it's more of an FDE. So I'm going to go a little bit more subtle on that instead of having that pop out as much, but it'll still be nice. This is kind of an example of the magazines. I've already done these because I got these ahead of time. This I just picked up today. So the other thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try and get this grip on it. I've already pre-marked it. We'll see how it goes. I got this installed on my HK45C, and I really like it. Now this is made for smaller guns, but if you see, I've got the heat gun there. I'm going to heat this up again, kind of like I did this one, and then get that on there. Since this is very small, not really designed for the larger handguns, it's on there really, really firm. It doesn't slip around at all. It's very, very solid. Like the universal Hogue handle grip that's on the Glock 20 that I have here, this does slip around when I'm shooting. Whether it's hot or whatever the case might be, it ends up slipping around. I have to twist it to get it back over, which is fine. It sits on the finger groove, so even if it does twist, it's still a good, nice feel. But what I want to try and do, I don't know if it's going to work, is really get this small tactical, like I did with the HK45C, to the compact version of the HK45, like I did there, and do it on this. Now, this is thicker, even though with the SF version, it's thicker than the HK45C. They had to do that because the high pressures of 10 millimeter. It's got a thicker slide, thicker barrel. So, anyways, I got it pre-measured where I think I'm gonna trim it at. Get some scissors, get that cut, and then see if I can put some heat on it and get it on. If it doesn't, then I won't do it. Other things I've got here are the pierce grips. Show you how that looks really quick. See, that's really nice. I already tried it earlier, and it feels really nice in the hand. So definitely gonna roll with those. I've got a few extra base plates that I pre-ordered. Got those from Amazon. Shipped pretty quick. So I'm just gonna replace the stock magazines that I have with the new base plates. I did have an extra magazine. I'll probably run one magazine with it off, just so that I can, if I need to make future videos demonstrating the differences between the pierce grips and the standard. I have one ready, and it's really like that. But I have a total of 5 magazines, so it's good to go. So those are the grips there. The KKM Precision barrel, this is one that I got earlier. I like running the aftermarket barrels because I reload. I definitely want that on there, and I'll put that on and see how that looks. I'm big in functionality over form, so while I didn't go crazy like the 6-ounce barrel, you've seen in other videos how that looks on my Glock 20. That thing's just sticking out there. I did go a little bit longer with the KKM precision barrel for this, but when I get it all put together, you'll see how that looks. Then this video is kind of a transformation video. We'll see go from opening from the box with its stock to the new Pierce grips, some lettering, some of that. So that's basically what I'm gonna be doing here. That I did get the 4.25 inch barrel for number one for a little bit of velocity, but I didn't go too much longer. I didn't go with the stock. This is the stock Glock 20. It's slightly smaller, so it's almost the full size stock version of the barrel with this more compact version of the gun. But I've seen other images with this barrel, and it looks pretty good. It doesn't look too ungodly, but at the same time, I think it's pretty good functionally. It's a mix between both. I mean, it's not sticking out too far, but it looks really nice. You'll see when I finally get that all done. I talked about the lettering. Gonna get the lettering done, and that's pretty much it. The only last thing is I have a USP holster crossbreed that I got rid of. I don't no longer own that USP. Kind of sad about it. 9mm. Oh well, 10mm. That's much better. Anyways, that already fits in there, right? So I'm gonna take the heat gun that I got there, put some heat on there, and just kind of get it to form a little bit better. A little bit, push that in on the trigger guard so you've got better retention. It's actually pretty good right now. So there's not much I have to do on it. Again, I'll probably heat it up a little bit more so I can get that kind of more fitted to the Glock. But I could pretty much run with this already, and it's good to go. So I almost pulled the trigger on a crossbreed, and I realized, hey, I got one at home, and I'll just use a heat gun and be good to go on that. All right, so let's get started. All right, first thing we're gonna do is cut this to the way I've marked it. I kind of want to keep these bumps right over the grooves, the finger grooves. So that's kind of where I marked it. I'm just gonna flatten it out like that, and start cutting. I really hope this works. It'll be sweet. It's not too big deal. There's still a little bit of permanent pen marker there. A little bit of alcohol will take that right off. So let's start. Flatten that out. Again, I want to keep that bump, but I really have to get it close because I don't want it to block the magazine at all. You don't want to be in a stressful situation and have to switch a mag and that rubber gets caught up and you can't really seat the mag well. So it's kind of a trade-off. I do want get that little bit of coverage there, but not too much. So I have to trim it just right below that thing. Sweet. It's good enough. Put some heat on it, see if you can slide it on. These heat guns are really great. Much better than blow dryers. Want to get it so it's a little more pliable. I don't want to rip it. The softer it is, the better it'll go on without ripping. Alright, I took it off video because it took some working to get it on. It was really tight, but with the heat gun it did get on. So put on the Pierce grip and that feels really good. I probably should have kept a little bit more material down here because, you know, it would be more comfortable there. I'll probably just buy another one and just get her done. Now that I know how it feels, I have a better idea of what I want to do to it. So it's just a matter of me of getting another one. I'll probably cut it differently, but I'll just leave it on there for now. That looks pretty good. The next, I've got the Pierce grip on there, so that's good. Oh, I did want to say that when I was holding it, I already felt a little bit from the middle finger that bite in there. I did recently did the undercut for my Glock 20, and now when I hold it, it's really nice because, you know, you see with this that little space right there, your finger's got to be really tiny. So if I undercut it, it'll fit in there really much nicer. So that'll feel much better. So I guess the next easiest thing to do is get the lettering filled in there real quick. Let's do that. So I like to take some alcohol, try to see if I can get some stuff cleaned out of there. I don't know what kind of grime might be in there, either from the factory or whatnot, but see if the alcohol can kind of you know, wash some of that grime out of there. We'll see. It might be pretty clear already, but you know, since you're putting the nail polish in there, you want it pretty clean. That way you've got it really sitting in there and not sitting on top of a layer of grime or oil or whatever. If you see the slide finish, it seems like it's kind of a bad finish. That's kind of how this Glock 20 looked like. Slip 2000, Frog Lube, whatever, any of those types of CLP type products will make this look really nice. You'll see after. I'll do the lettering, and then after it dries and we clean it all off, you'll see it look good as new. Alright, you don't really have to take the slide off for this. You can leave it on. I'll just move that on the side. This one, you want it kind of thick in the grooves and light on the outside, so you're not going to put a really thick layer on it. And you kind of just want to go along with the letters. You can also do a couple coats. Like, I could do this first coat. I've done it before where I actually follow with the secondary coat, but we're not going to obviously do that for this video. I'm going to cut out all the wait time, obviously, so we'll kind of jump through this really quick. So I let it sit probably about 20 minutes, just enough so it gets hard, but not too hard, because what I want is, I want it to be hard, and then when I take the nail polish remover, which I use a non-acetone nail polish remover, so I wait about 20 minutes. That's been pretty good for me. Not quite super hard enough to get the top layer, and I just use a circular motion. You'll see when I get back, but we'll be back about in 20 minutes. Alright, so it's about 15 minutes, and that's good enough. We don't want it to set too much because we want to be able to strip off the top layer from the part of the nail polish that's set into the grooves of the lettering here. So, you know, I had put some of the non-acetone nail polish remover on there. I'm going to go do some circular motion. I want to kind of go along with the letters, because then it'll basically strip some of that off. So I kind of want to do like a polishing motion. Really light at first, Just gonna get the top layer. Again, I'll probably follow up and do another coat later, but this is kind of like the initial transformation from open up the box to kind of what I want it to look like. Now, just because they're Glocks, you know, a lot of people hate Glocks because, you know, they're not as pretty as some of the other stuff. I just say get rid of your nickel-plated sissy pistol, right? But you know, you can still make it look, get some personality to it. No, nothing wrong with that. See, again, I'm doing it a circular motion because you want to keep the nail polish that's in the grooves in the grooves. You just want to take off the extra stuff at the top. So doing some of that motion, circular motion. Make sure that's, when I first did a few of mine in the beginning, I actually stripped some of that nail polish right out of the grooves, so it kind of sucked. I learned my lesson from that. See, it's coming right along. Again, I'll probably do another coat, but even without, it still looks pretty good. Be a little patient with it. You know, if you're not patient, you put a lot of the nail polish remover on there, and you try to get it off really quick. You're gonna strip the stuff that's inside of the grooves there. Again, I think I'm rushing it a little bit over here, but okay. A good sign is if you don't see, you know, so I'll probably have to do another coat. You can kind of see the lettering. It should be a little bit more bold on there, but you know, that's pretty good. We'll just leave it like that. Alright, so kind of take a quick look at it. You compare it with the Glock 20. This I had more of a bright white, and that's more kind of like an FDE color. So it's a little bit more subtle. I kind of like that, you know. It's not your plain black, and it's not popping out too much. I mean, everybody's got their own way they want to do it, but it's really nice to have the mags that way. If you see, it's better if it's got a little bit of splash of stuff in it. What's really nice is, you guys probably seen this if you've seen a lot of Glock 29 videos, is the full-size mags fit in there. Yeah, but you know, since we're in California, we're limited to 10 rounds. So honestly, you know, I just keep it in a compact package. That's the whole reason why I got this gun. It's the compact version of my favorite round 10mm. So let's field strip it and get that barrel on there and see how that completes it. Alright, when you're field stripping a Glock, always make sure it's cleared. Go ahead and check it out, run your finger through there, just really do, because one of the things to get that off, you pull the two tabs down there, right, but you also pull the trigger. So you want to make sure a round's not chambered in there. Pull the two tabs down, and the slide should come right forward. I like it for its simplicity, but again, to me, I like the way the H&Ks take down. It's just because sometimes with my fingernails, it's really hard to grab those little thingies, but oh well. Here's the guide rod and spring. Now, it's not in, but I have a 21-pound spring tungsten guide rod, which will add a little bit more weight to that. and the spring will be tougher. So with this kind of round, I reload my own. I go pretty high powered on my reloads, so it'll kind of save on the frame and just overall wear and tear of the gun. So yeah, that's coming in. Here's a stock barrel, and then let's put these off and do a little comparison here. This is the stock barrel. The chamber support on these aren't that great. That's why they have what's called the Glock bulge. You can look it up. But here's a stock barrel for my Glock 20. Here's a stock barrel for the Glock 29. This is the barrel that I went with. It's got a little bit more to it, and I like that. We'll see how it looks when I put it on the gun, but it should give me a little bit more velocity. Not as much as the stock Glock 20, but if you look at it, it's pretty close. Look how close it is. It's got a little tiny thing in there. Now, if I want the most velocity on my 10mm, I got the 6-inch barrel. Yeah, that's some cool stuff. Looks crazy though. When I have it in my Glock 20, it does look a little weird. But let's see how this looks. Let's go get that on. So let me get the light back on. K-cam. It's the barrel, aftermarket barrels of my choice, my preference. They've served me well, so I've stuck with them. Been a faithful client. So we get that down there. Get that on. Cool. Let's get that slide right back on. Now I'm gonna clean it, lube it, and all that other jazz in a little bit, but all right. So. Cool. So if you look at it, it's not ridiculous. I kind of like it. That's just me. When I purchased the Glock 29 SF, I had a vision of how I liked my gun. I went to the gun store, actually put it in my hand and felt it. Felt really nice, except for this part of it, which I'm gonna go ahead and undercut the trigger guard a little bit, get it like my Glock 20. I'll do that tomorrow. That should feel really nice. But I also like the look. I think somebody up in Canada said they needed to have a 4.25 barrel. I don't know why, but when I saw the images on the internet, I was like, wow, hey, that's not too bad. That doesn't look like this. Let's see if I can get this on there. Cleared. Let's see, get that on real quick. Got an aftermarket guide rod and spring on the Glock 20 as well. Oh, by the way, these are 3rd gen guns. 4th gen's not on the roster. Yeah. Crazy gun laws, but again, that's California. It is what it is. Could be worse. I think New York is worse, but come on. There's a Glock 20. Well, with the 6-inch barrel, yeah, if I'm going outdoors, if I want to use it for hunting, I don't really care that, I've got the velocity on it. Cool. If you care about looks, you might be. I had a few guys said, get that Pinocchio looking barrel off of there. And I'm like, I don't really care. It's got velocity. But anyways, sometimes I do care. I do run it with the other one. See, I have 2 different KKMs, one stock size, the other one's 6-inch. Pretty much the Glock barrel is the stock. I just put them on the side. I reload, so I really don't want the Glock bulge. So, anyways, that's what that looks like. 46-inch. But honestly, if you look at the way I have it right now with the 4.25, it's not bad. I like it. It's not out there like that. I mean, if I were to try to match the stock size of the let's see how that would look. See, if I were to match the stock Glock 20 length, yeah, it would be sticking out pretty much, and it would look kind of funny here. But with this one, it isn't too long. It's a little bit longer than stock, which is great. So I get a little bit tiny more velocity. and it's great. You know, it's perfect if it goes in the holster. It's not like it's going to be sticking out a whole bunch, right? I get a little bit more velocity. Doesn't look too crappy. I mean, it doesn't look a little funny. Looks great. You'll see I'll put some Slip 2000 on this really quick towards the end of the video. Make that look really good. I don't know if you can see that. The finish looks really weird. But I guess the last thing I'm going to do with all of this, you know, you've seen basically I've put on the Hogue tactical grip. Learned a bit. I'm going to go get a new one that covers the end there. And I'll show you why. As I kind of grip it really nice there. Check it out. It's got the bite there, which is okay. But I want to, if I can avoid that, I'll get that trimmed and cover that a little bit more, so that's great. It's compact. I got a 10mm compact. It's great. It's my favorite round, so having a compact version I can put on my permit, yeah, that's going to be on my CCW. Definitely. Renewal comes up pretty soon, so this is definitely going to make it on the list. So I guess the last thing I'm going to do, this is the USP holster, the USP 9mm, which I don't no longer own. I'm going to go ahead and use the heat gun, get that a little bit more in there so that it molds to the gun a little bit. Right now it's okay, but I'm probably going to see if I can get that heated up, push it in a little bit more, get a little bit better trigger retention. Not too much though. If you do it too much, because I've already redone this with my USP, I pushed that down too much, and it won't come out. I kind of like this. It's the way it is right now is actually pretty good. So if anything, I'm going to push that in a little bit more. Also, when you get these holsters from Crossbreed, if you see this right now, it's really flat. They normally it almost molds to the gun. So I'll get that heated up pretty good. I'll reholster it, and then I'll just press that down to get that fitting much better. I won't do much to this part of it just because I don't want to like warp that to where there'll be issues with sights. I'm gonna eventually replace the stock sights, so I won't touch that. The only thing I'm really gonna do a little bit of the trigger and then get that molded towards the gun a little bit more. Yeah, I started a little bit earlier. Put some gloves on because then that Kydex can get really hot. So when I want to mold it, yeah, this is really good. It's doing really good right now. Yeah, heat guns work way better than blow dryers, totally. Get that in there. Oh yeah, great. See that? Not too much. You don't want to get that. Again, I don't want to get that trigger too much in there. Let's go ahead and on this side to kind of get to the point where I can actually see the contour of the gun. I'm trying to get it to how Crossbreed sends it in, you know. When they custom make it for your gun. See, this was made for a USP originally, but we're gonna make it work. Yeah, see how that's really soft right now. That's good enough. Yeah, see, the thing's hot. And you can feel that heat. I'm just pressing down. So now it went, I don't know if you can tell on the video there, it went from being pretty formless to more form-fitted on that G29. It cools pretty fast too. So once you get it pretty heated up with the heat gun there, you pretty much go mold it down, and once it'll cool really fast. Like it's already hard. Yeah, see, that's great. Yeah, still, it's much better. You know, I could probably get better right here, right around this area, if I wanted to. Thanks for spending some time watching this video. What I'm gonna do is I've got this is great, Slip 2000. I like this better than Frog Lube. So I'm gonna show you really quick. See how that finish? Just do that. Just run my finger all over it. I don't want to mess too much with the nail polishing that I put on there. But I gotta lube the whole gun, clean it up anyways. Just kind of, that's what I normally do with any gun. I know you don't really need to do this with the Glock. You probably shoot it straight just like that. But I'm showing you how that Slip 2000 will make that look really, really sweet. Nice and shiny. Microfiber cloth. Get that kind of buffed in. Now I'm not going to go really light over the lettering because I want. And then she looks really good. See? Just like Big Brother. Perfect. She's ready to go. Now it's got to reload. I'm out of 10 mil, so gonna reload, get some trigger time with this guy, and then get it on my permit. Thanks for watching.